All right, welcome back to another awesome episode of Be Inspired Podcast, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life that you deserve. Tonight, I want to talk about how our mind works, and it's gonna be a little bit interesting story. So, I started off this way, right? Back in the day, it's been a while, but I went to basic training, right? Army basic training. And the experience was it was a challenge, right? However, here's what I learned, right? They start you off where you're in this place. You're like they started off like a vacation. So you go, you get your clothes, you get your stuff. It's not really as intense as when you first meet your real drill sergeants or go to the company you're actually going to. In processing is just a mini vacation before the seriousness starts. So get your uniform, you're still waking up early, but you're not doing as much physical activity as when you get to your basic training, right? So they call that shark attack day when you go to your actual drill sergeants. So it was shark attack day, mind you. Before we got there, they took us. We lined up and we was waiting, and they were telling us stories about what will take place on that day. So all I remember is this bus ride that should have been on the same base took almost 30 minutes. I guess they were trying to deter us from paying attention to where we were coming from so we don't go back there. But however, the road took the trip took a long time, right? So we finally get there and the doors open up and the drill sergeant was like, "Get off the bus! Get off the bus! Get off the bus!" I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Ah, damn, what the hell did I get?" So we got off the bus and there was this pavilion we had to stand under, right? So we're standing. Mind you, I have a laundry bag with clothes, and then I also have a big duffel bag on my back. And this whole time, you were only supposed to, I was supposed to pack everything in that one duffel bag. So I have that one bag. But silly me, I was like, keeping my clean clothes and dirty clothes separate. Bad idea, man. Bad idea. Had the softener in there as well. So got onto the pavilion. They told us to line up. So we're lining up. They're like, put your bags over your head. Mind you, you're supposed to have one. So now I'm holding this big duffel bag and this laundry bag, trying to hold the two of them up with my two hands. And that was a challenge, right? But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I really just wanted to talk to you about how the mind works. Because throughout that story, even though when I had to hold a bag over my head and the softener started running out on me and everybody is just watching me. They finally call your number. There was a football sized sandpit that you had to run diagonally across through to get to the other side, to get to where your barracks was. Your barracks is your living station. And I was 18 years old running through this sandpit, maybe 120 pounds with a duffel bag and a laundry bag that was heavy as hell. And I was running, just running, and it felt like the football field size sandpit was never going to end. And as soon as I got to the other side, I looked up. The drill sergeant looked down and he said, "You ain't gonna make it." And that's why I wanted to share this story. I wanted to share how our mind works when people challenge you or when things happen to you. In that moment, I could have said, okay, I'm not going to make it. My thought could have been, that's the event that happened, right? So we go through this like a sandwich. So we have events that happen to us. We have thoughts. We have multiple thoughts about the events. We have emotion and we have the action that we decided to take because of the event that happened, right? So the event that happened was he told me that, hey, you're not gonna make it. The thought that went into my head, man, maybe I'm not gonna make it. Or what if I can make it? And then I am gonna make it. Because you could have multiple thoughts, right? Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And in that moment, I know it was up to me and I believed in myself. It was a bit disappointed. That's the emotion that came up for me. But that just pushed me to work harder because I knew I had a goal. My brother was there. I couldn't let him down. My mom and dad sent me here. I represent them. So if I'm quitting on myself, I'm quitting on them. So I had to come out and win throughout that situation. And for somebody else, that would have probably break them. That thought, that event would have break them. They could have gone down the path where, okay, well, you said I'm not going to make it. Let me just quit. But basic training is to challenge you, is to push your limits, is to find out if you're mentally fit to protect the guy or the guy that's standing next to you, the guy or girl who's standing next to you. And I believe that's why he said that to me, to challenge me, to push me to see how far I would go. And you may be in a situation where your back is against the wall, or someone is telling you that you're not gonna make it. And you could go down the thoughts of, okay, maybe I'm not gonna make it. Or you could have a more empowering thought of, what would it be like if I make it? And for me, that's what came up. It was, what would I become if I make it? And that's the kind of empowered thinking I want you to have when events are happening in your life. And maybe you may not have an event like this where you go to basic training and somebody tells you you're not gonna make it, but you may have a moment in college where someone tell you, no, you're not good enough. And in that moment where they tell you you're not good enough, you may go down the road thinking, looking for, not thinking, but looking for proof that what they said is true. You may say, oh, they must be right because this happened. I didn't completed this task that I was supposed to turn in. Or your next thought may be, I consistently don't follow through. But instead of going down that disempowered thinking loophole, what if you choose, you know what? That's not who I am. I am gonna make it. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, to inspire you to change the way how your mind works, change the way how you look at events, because you have multiple thoughts that come through when events happen to you. You have multiple emotions. You have multiple actions that you take. So what if I had take the action of just giving up in that moment? I would not be here today. Or maybe I would be, but who would I have been, you know? Because every time you quit on something that's challenging for you, you're telling or you're telling the universe that, okay, I'm scared of challenges, don't challenge me. And your life is going to continuously be hard if you keep on taking the easy road. And it took me a long time to figure that out. If you keep taking the easy road out through life, your life is going to continuously be met with hard stuff, right? And I say that because I've experienced it in my own life. I think one of the biggest things that I look back on, um and this is one of the stories that I've that resonated with me to share tonight. But if I look back on things that I decided to give up on, if I had just kept going, I would have been farther along if I didn't decide to take the easy path. And just like me, you may be thinking of something that you want to give up right now. And it may be a challenge, but I'm telling you, stick to the challenge. Don't give up on it, because at the end of that challenge, it's going to be a reward so great that you'll be happy that you went through the challenge. Get up, go do that half a marathon or marathon that you've been dreaming about. Go talk to that one person that you wanted to talk to. Go take that Spartan race or mud race that you think is too hard. But just imagine what it would look like once you cross the finish line and you're no longer running away from the challenge. So guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you love this episode, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And if you're really looking to elevate your life, go ahead and click the link below so you can schedule your gifted coaching session to see how you can elevate your life. All right. So my name is Samuel Rodney, founder of Be Inspired Podcast, where we're inspiring you to live the abundant life you deserve. All right. Peace out.